I would like to call to order the Convention and Visitors Bureau Advisory Board meeting today, May 15th at 5:30. Could I have a roll call, please?
James Long.
Here.
Kathy Cordes. Here. Justin Fortney.
Here.
Mike Monahan.
Here. Dan
Newton.
Here.
H.C. Patel.
Here.
Mayor Stephen J. Gitling. Cheryl Paget.
All right, we're going to go a little bit out of order this evening to accommodate some people that are here for a presentation in regards to an application. But before I do that, could we have a, so everyone had an opportunity to look at today's minutes from their meeting on April 17th.
Motion to accept it.
Second. All right, we have a motion, we have a second. So all in favor of approving the minutes as written, please say aye.
Aye.
All not in favor? Motion carries. All right, we're going to skip down to item number 6, discussion and possible action on application for event support for the 2017 Oklahoma International Bluegrass Festival. You guys pull that application, and we have some gentlemen here to speak on behalf of that.
This is our 21st year in operation. We have been pleased to have a great relationship with the city of Guthrie. We feel like our festival contributes a great deal to this community. It involves a lot of people in the community, and we're very pleased to say that we're happy for you considering us for a grant again this year. We certainly are good stewards. We're not flush with money in our festival, but one thing we are strong on, and that is living within our means. And sometimes our means reduces, and so we have to reduce really the services we can provide. But when we do have support, we put it right in the places where it needs to be. I won't go over all of the application. Most of you are literate, I hope, so we'll pass on that. If you have questions on it, we've attached a W-9 which you requested. That is also explained in the application, but it just really identifies our tax ID number. The other item that you might want to is the financial disclosure page. And actually, I lifted this from the grant application that we sent to Oklahoma Arts Council. They're also a very major sponsor for us, and they require a similar financial disclosure. So I just cribbed this off of our representative to them, and it summarizes our expenses and our income. And with that, Leroy's going to make me shut up anyway, so I better be quiet. If you have any questions, we'll do our best to field them.
You're asking for $2,500, and I guess I read somewhere it's for advertising or...
Right, in our discussion, in my discussion with Andrea, she indicated that you would like to know where this money goes.
Okay.
And I think it's a very reasonable request. Of course, if you want it to go to our portable restrooms, we'll do that. But that isn't quite the most glamorous alternative that we have for us. So
But everybody uses them.
That's true. It's not important unless you need one, right, at the time. But we thought that what would really be complementary to the goals that you have in giving grants is that part of a big part of our festival is the promotion, the marketing, getting the word out, which not only gets the word out for our festival, but also gets the word out for Guthrie. And so that's the monies that you contribute, whatever that will go straight to advertising. And when we make our follow-up report to you after the festival, we generally do that in December, and forgotten what time you need it, because we don't usually have all of our reports in until about that time. But we will, at that time, show you what we spent. Now, this accounting that we sent to the Oklahoma Arts Council is an estimate based on last year's experience. It can vary. There'll be a variance, not a great variance, but they have a specific way they like the report to show. And so if you have a question about that, I think because the way we explain things is a little bit differently to most people, is different than what they want. But this is what it's all about.
Well, it's a great event. My weakness is bluegrass, so it's a great event. I just go take vacation days and spend them out there. But I see the number of people that come in, I see the number of RVs that are in the back. I see the people, or saw a lot of the same people coming back from Kansas or wherever they may be. And I think it's a great event for Guthrie. And
well, your weakness is our strength. That's very important, and we do. We have last year I believe we had close to 300 RVs and campers. We just about maxed out, and you're right. We have a lot of repeat people. A lot of people come in from all over the country. I say all over the country. It's mostly regional: Oklahoma, Arkansas, Kansas, Texas, and out Arizona. We have California people come back every year. Byron has connections that go way back in California, and those people love him and will go just about anywhere he is. So they come from there too, and East Coast, West Coast. And of course, it's an international festival. We have a good time. We're laid back. It's a mellow festival. It's designed to be family friendly. We feel like that really complements the environment that we have here in Guthrie, which we think is a very, could there be a more ideal place to have a musical festival? And we feel like we've been very successful in presenting it. We're not a moneymaker. We are a nonprofit 501c3. And as I say, we spend what we make. We can't, by the way, make money and still qualify for a grant from Oklahoma Arts Council. That might be.
Hopefully someday we can.
Well, sometimes, and by the way, we're looking to the point where we don't know. No one knows how that's going to go in the future, and so we're taking steps to not only promote. We're moving by the way, in our marketing and promotion, we're moving away from print. I know.
I'm retired. I don't. Yeah.
Oh well then forget not into media, social media, and we found that we're getting a lot of sales of tickets through that communication. It reaches a lot more people, gets a lot more excitement, and creates that loyalty. We even have people who move here because they want to be close to the festival. In fact, one of the people on our board lived in California. They were coming back to the festival, and they said, "What are we doing traveling 1,500 miles one way to go to that festival? We love Byron, we love the festival." And they moved us down by Lazy E so they could be close to us. And so that's an anecdotal thing, but we really would appreciate your help and your support. We will try to be excellent stewards of the funds, whatever you approve. Last year you gave us $2,500. You made that wasn't just out of thin air. We just asked if you could. If you can see clear, we would appreciate that much. If you can see clear for $50,000, that would be fine too. But we also know that there are a couple other probably ventures that need to be taken care of also. So we're on every year is a budget year for you and for us. So whatever you can do to help us will be greatly appreciated.
So on the other income, what kind of additional other is in that?
Other income?
Yeah.
Well, for example, we have a scholarship program for...
No, it's income coming to you.
To the festival?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. We have a scholarship program that runs off of contributions.
Okay.
And that's in that other. We have, last year we had about, if I remember right, about 10,000 just from that one source. The Arts Council is particular about every little item. And by the way, some of the people who donate to us do so with promise that it'll be anonymous.
Yeah.
They don't want to make a, I don't know whether they don't want other people coming to them asking for money, or if they just want to be generous without being recognized. But that's where that income usually rests. And this year we gave, by the way, we awarded over $8,245 to scholarships to supplement young people who are pursuing acoustic instrument training. And some of this goes for music lessons, some of it goes for workshops, musical workshops, fiddle camps, and things of that nature. Now, we don't pay for the whole thing. We've made it, our policy is to supplement. That way there's still responsibility from the young person and their family, that this isn't just a free gratis thing. We all have to make a commitment, but we've had several of these young people have gone on to be well received in the professional level. And but the main thing, this festival is designed to is promote this music. A couple of decades ago, there was danger that it might not proceed. Byron recognized that, and that was why this festival is to promote the music.
See, I think where you're asking that $31,950, if you look on number 4,
Yeah, I
describe
see
where
that.
that other
Yeah, I
income
see
is coming from. I think that was your question.
If I miss the answer, just ask
Oh,
him
that's
the next time. Okay.
Are there any in-kind, I see your in-kind here that you have, the volunteer, those are car dealerships. Is there any in-kind that the city gives?
Yes, the city is, well, it's in kind, we consider it in kind, but it also helps the city. The Cottonwood Flats, for example, you do the mowing, you do the setting up of our fences. There is, infrastructural items such as that. We have people who donate their time to, for example, we rent the I guess it's their Family Life building or something at the church for our headquarters there on the festival grounds. Well, the restrooms have problems every year, so we have to go in and remodel almost. And we have volunteers that come in and do that. You notice our staff is not real high. It's we don't have paid staff. We're a volunteer organization. And by the way, it says here 350 volunteers, but it actually comes closer to 400. And the vast majority of that 400 live in Guthrie or the immediate surroundings. And that's convenient for them as well as for us in preparing the festival.
As far as the camping, the water, electric, is that all you've got on your utilities? Is that paid directly to utility company? I mean, I'm guessing the city of Guthrie, you pay for water, or?
Well, we have an agreement with the city of Guthrie to pay up to a maximum $2,000 each year for the use of electricity. And I don't know if that entails water or not, but
You might mention, I don't know whether they know that when we first started the festival, we were, helped OG&E and helped put in the water and electricity.
there was nothing down here in infrastructure at the Cottonwood Flats, no electrical pedestals, nothing. So we worked with OG&E, who graciously decided to become one of our principal early sponsors, and still, by the way, remain a sponsor with us. They agreed to give us a big help in installing pedestals all over Cottonwood Flats, especially in where our campground was going to be. And so through their assistance and through working out grants, the festival founders, Doug Hawthorne, Byron, and some of the other people that were here at that time, this is in the mid-90s, we're able to get that all set up. Now, that allows not only us to use those facilities during the festival, but is there for the city of Guthrie to use opportunities
Take
with
advantage.
other events.
At this point in the year, would there need to be a budget revision? I remember last meeting, we talked about how the event category was dwindling or gone. Would we have to fund this, would we have to vote to move money somehow, or how does that work?
This on
I think
next
that
year's
we could've-
budget?
No, this would be on
This year's budget?
This would be on this year's budget, if we
I
approve
thought we
it now.
had set aside
I
that
think we kind of
money.
earmarked it.
Yeah.
We do have, I know we hadn't gone over this yet, but, we still have, just over $4,000 unencumbered in special events. Last year, the OIBF was taken out of, not special events, but out of marketing, as a sponsorship, or like we do the Pollard. So, and we do have funds, even more funds available in that account. Or, yes, we can shift things, there are some things that, we'll go over here in a little bit, where we've got some money that we could move, or that I could do a budget amendment through council to move, and we could approve this if we wanted to approve it, subject to availability of funds. So,
Well, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I like the idea of just calling it, doing a sponsorship, much like the Pollard, than the actual.
but I know with sponsorship, we usually get some sort of return, like our logo used on things.
Yes.
Is that
Right.
something
Yes.
that
Yes.
OIBF
Yes.
does or provides?
Yeah, good. Thank you for bringing that up. We provide free logo. All of our media that we send out will have City of Guthrie logo, however you want it to be. And, we've talked about which logo you want and everything. And of course, on our programs, we announce from our stage periodically during the festival itself how thankful we are for a very cooperative and supportive community. City of Guthrie supporting us. That is definitely a part of what we do. We're wanting to promote, we're promoting the festival, don't get me wrong, but we really want to do our best. We think it's a win-win for everyone. If we promote the city
Guthrie's on
and
this year.
as well, and because you're going to be here.
Guthrie's on this year's.
Yeah, yeah. And we will continue to do that. We would have done that even if you don't do the grant. I don't want to talk you out of doing it, but we would have, we already get support from. Now, we also provide, it's close to between 300 and 400 complimentary passes to employees of the City of Guthrie. And if you have people, of course, everyone in this room, we want you to know that because you're a part of you're making a big contribution to us, and we want to thank you. And so we have passes for those people in the community who are helping us. And so we provide that, and that usually we ask management or employees of the City of Guthrie to handle that. We just give you a bulk number of passes. And then those are distributed usually among employees, is my understanding. But that's your business, not ours.
I don't want to speak for staff folks, but would it be possible, if they were willing to, would it be possible for them to set up like a table where they could kind of talk to folks about other Guthrie
I think
events?
by the way, that was requested by, I don't know, it may have been by the chamber, not you, year before last. And last year I came into a little interruption in my planning of the regional festival. I decided to come down with a pretty bad case of pneumonia. So I was in ICU while the festival was going on. But we have available, if you're interested, we have a table right in our merchandise tent, just as you enter, off to your left, a table, and we reserve that for whoever is supporting us that wants to promote. And if you want that, get your name in, I'll see that happens. And then you bring whatever you want to bring and promote with the people you want to promote. Just tell us, it's usually a 6-foot table, if that's enough. And if it's not, we can work out something. We'll work with you on that.
I think we just do approve it as a sponsorship advertising opportunity. Do we even?
Is that your motion?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
it
do we have a
is.
second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Well, I'm glad Byron didn't say that. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure visiting
Appreciate it
with
for the
you.
full 25.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Byron. Thank you.
Thank you.
But, you know, a lot of people say, they don't say Oklahoma International Bluegrass, says, we're gonna go to Guthrie.
Right.
That's just what it is, like Winfield.
Stay
Sure.
first.
You don't call it Walnut Valley, you go to Winfield, you go to Guthrie. So that's cool.
Thank you.
Hey,
Appreciate it,
thank
man.
Appreciate it. What's that?
Still picking the banjo.
Take it.
you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
See you around town.
All right, that sounds good.
Have a good day.
All right. Back to, let's go to item 2, public comments. Public has left, so I think we have we've already done approval of minutes. So item 4, discussion of fiscal year 2017 budget. Letter A, current financial status.
Provided you with an updated report, even from what was sent out on Friday, about our current balance, unencumbered balance. Our currently marketing budget is, not including the $2,500, so yeah, is $31,762.05. Printing, we still have $75. Special events, we have $4,152. Let's see, your conventions and trade shows, $5,113.31. So, that's kind of what we've got left in here. Things that are encumbered that haven't gone through yet are the July fireworks insurance, which I won't get that until June. Chris Neal's Future Stars calf roping, which I'm waiting on hotel receipts for reimbursement. $3,000 for Red Brick Nights, which I just got another bill for staging that hasn't gone through yet. That's another $2,000. So anyway, that's where we're standing on that. And I know that I think we've got there's a few things that are outstanding on my purchasing card, but anyway, we've got that under marketing. So, what questions do you have about that, the budget spreadsheet?
More money spent. We don't have to have next month's meeting.
Henry, did you work with Kim on putting this together? Because I thought money was moved to personnel and I'm not seeing it on here.
You know, I'm using Kim's document on this, so I guess she hasn't updated her personnel portion of it. But I'll ask her to.
And we haven't received any requests from Guthrie Escape yet.
No, but I did call Cherie and ask if they were planning to apply, and if so, what they were planning to apply for. And she said, we'll get to that with the projection. Do you want me to just move on to that?
Sure. That's item B.
That is item B. So, I updated in your packet even from what I sent out Friday on things that we don't have to do, but we could do. With money we have left. And I found out from, if you look on the page after your budget, kind of looks like this. There's some highlighting on there. Are you missing your thing? Got it. Okay. All right. So for special events, yeah, I knew Tom was bringing in his bluegrass application for $2,500, and then Cherie and Glenda said that they would be applying for $3,000 for Guthrie Escape. In 2016, we gave Guthrie Escape $1,500. So, I mean, I went ahead and put in $3,000 in case we wanted to shuffle some funds around, but.
So if we've done 3,000, did they say why the increase or request?
Well, I think they actually asked for more in 2016 than what they got. I think they asked for the full $3,000 again, but we gave them, the board gave them $1,500. So, and I don't have minutes or reasoning of why, but.
They're changing dates this year, right?
They're going to be a week prior to the Bluegrass Festival rather than coinciding with it. So, and
Reason for the change, do you know?
I know that they said that there was some tension between the two groups, and they hoped by moving it up a week that they would make peace. So,
Could we just have it on record that that's stingy and not playing nice? I mean, we just gave them $2,500, gave them what they asked for. They don't use downtown, and that is, you hear that consistently, that they want to be sole use of that weekend.
I think, they're trying it, and we can see how it goes, if it goes well, or if it's, so. If that's, yeah.
Is the
I
I'm
just-
sad that
is-
people don't. but-
Is Guthrie Escape open in the evenings?
No,
Not late, not like
So-
the bluegrass is.
Then why does it interfere?
it doesn't.
I always thought it gave them an alternative to do during the
It
day.
does.
Right, that's what I
That
would
was
think.
what,
Yeah.
It makes sense that we have a lot of activities for a lot of people, and then they can go to the Bluegrass Festival in the evening.
Go
I
over
mean,
to
Some
town.
options.
Right, yeah.
and the kicker was even better when they did the quilt show at
Yeah.
Yeah.
the fairgrounds the same
Fairgrounds.
weekend.
I know if I travel someplace, I want more than one thing to do.
Oh, well.
Well, I think we ought to think seriously about that.
My question is, this is gonna be really tight. But National Low Bridges didn't give us anything.
No, and I called them and they said they're not planning to apply for a grant this year. Not only that, there's something on the agenda about them on down, but yeah, they're not going to be applying for us for grant money, so.
They mad at us too.
No, I think they're trying to make peace because they know last year, not a whole lot of folks, they've said a lot of folks would be in town and they didn't deliver as much as they said.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It's not that they didn't deliver, but something is better than nothing.
right, yes, yeah.
Well, no, never mind. I would say, did we give enough information to them to come into town and use our restaurants?
Well, I honestly don't know what was
I think
handed
it
out
was a
last
little
year.
bit of many things.
Yeah.
There was some organizational mishaps and
Okay.
I do know it's their first year here and they want to try to do
That
a
always
better job.
happens, yeah.
And I sent them the grant application and said, we needed so many days out from your event. Please let me know if you need help on it. And I know the lady doing it, I don't know if you remember the lunch meeting she had, but they've had a couple deaths on their board. And so she's taken in, it's her first year doing her role. She doesn't have a lot of records of how it was done last year. There's a lot of feedback on what was good and what was bad. So, but she said no, that they're not planning to apply this year, so.
And I do know that the chamber gave them hundreds of bags full of city stuff.
Promotional stuff.
Mhm.
And there was at least 2 to 3 chamber representatives out there every single day promoting Guthrie.
That's where, I know Lori
So-
Fuller was out there too.
Yeah,
back when she
I mean,
was-
I was out there 2 nights for sections, and so there were chamber representatives out there.
Even up front, I know the chamber spent a lot of hours putting the event
Yeah.
together for them, helping them out and stuff last
Yeah.
year.
So, but like Andrea said, and Kathy, I think there was a lot of things last year that,
and that's
Hindered.
just, it's their first year,
Yeah.
that's bound to happen.
yeah. So.
But if they're not requesting it, I'd say we move on their discussion.
That's a special events. I'm gonna go over marketing things real quick, hopefully real quickly. Sponsorships, I put in just some amount of money that I guessed in case we have a request or we see something come up that we want to sponsor or be listed with. I don't know if we're gonna do more Travel OK road shows, but I kind of assumed that we would. Order some more branded items if we get a new logo. Continue with social media giveaway packages and then do things like business cards, which might fall under printing. Membership dues, we're now members of the Oklahoma Travel Industry Association. There's also the Destination Marketing Association International and International Festivals and Events Association. I don't know if we're interested in those kinds of organizations, professional organizations, networking. They seemed like pretty good ones. I looked at 7 or 8, and those seem to have really good connections and resources and networks. Brochures, we'll probably need to do at least one more order of those. We need to do a couple more orders of those if we sign up for certified folder display, other things that we send brochures out to. Frontier Country Advertising just kind of said, hey, what have we got there? They've got offers in their package that I don't know if we want to take advantage of or not. Advertising. Website, that's one. We have a renewal and a second domain name. So we can renew, and then I don't know if we wanted to change our branding, but there's a cost to purchase a domain name if we do. Social media consultant, that was something that city manager Leroy also was working on. There was a lady he knew of, he said he was a social media guru. She was going to come in and do a one-day training, and then we were going to decide after that if we wanted to retain that person, but she hasn't responded to our attempts to contact her to set this up, so that's why one of the things is kind of grayed out. I don't know that we may have that money freed up.
$4,000 for a one-day training?
No, $1,000 for a one-day training, and then the retention would be $500 a month.
Oh, okay.
So, but I know Keith is doing some new things with social media. Rebranding design, certified folder display, we'll go over that today. And if we do rebranding, new vinyl banners or doctorable display, we could do some themed rack cards based on sample itineraries or things people are interested in here. We could do, say, a weddings one or a conferences one, or, if you like ghost walks and supernatural, those kinds of things. Maybe an ad in the Oklahoma Gazette, pull off table maps, so when Keith goes to shows, or I go to shows, or Kathy goes to shows, people can pull off maps of Guthrie, or we're looking at other options, and then a billboard. Okay. Do you have any questions about other things on this? Or?
Why'd you highlight those two?
The social media consultant.
Uh-huh.
That one because I hadn't been able to get hold of her, but I wanted to put it in there because I was requested to put it in there. So, and then the certified folder display, because I guess it's because
They're iffy.
they're iffy.
Okay.
They're really iffy. I mean, I'm not like nothing in this is final, really.
Okay.
But those are two that I was really uncertain about.
Okay,
So
that's what I wanted.
yeah.
Okay, so we have essentially the 2 more events, and we've only totaling 5,500, right? So Bluegrass and Escape, but we only gave Escape 1,500 last year. I don't know what they're gonna apply for, but I don't.
And if
Guess
we
we'll wait
take
to see their application.
Bluegrass out of marketing, then that,
Yeah.
we still have the 4,000 in that where we can work with.
What did we find out on OSU? Are we even going to pay that?
Actually, there's a letter in here in your packet. They are offering to terminate the contract, so we would not have to pay them the second $10,000 if that's acceptable to the city.
They were pretty happy that it sounded like they were okay with, or
Walking
the
away.
letter, walking away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read the letter, it was legit. I mean, they realized that it didn't pan out.
So,
Especially the surveys.
That took some discussion.
I did.
Well, thank you. I'm
Does
sure-
that have to go to city council to approve then, Leroy?
I think it's small enough, I'll have to check, but it may not, but we wanted to get your all's opinion first.
Yeah.
Basically, just cutting our losses and moving on.
Do we want to
Correct, we
jump
will
to
get a
the-
report, if you read the letter on the meetings they had, I forget what they call those meetings, but there was some dialogue at those various meetings, and they will give a report on that, but we won't get anything from the surveys. And we'll call it good, and we won't make any more payments.
Well, that is item number 11, discussion of possible action to terminate the contract. I'm in favor of it. I don't know if anybody else is.
Yeah.
Vote no.
That's not up to us, that's the city's.
Well, but it's a discussion of possible action, so whether, I
We
guess the
can
city
make a
needs to know if we're making.
recommendation.
making a
Yeah, I
recommendation.
think we, yeah.
I will make the motion that we
Recommend.
recommend to the city manager that we terminate the contract.
I second it.
All right, all in favor of termination of the contract?
Aye.
All not in favor? Motion carries. All right, any other questions in regards to the budget? All right, item number 5, presentation of 2017 Oklahoma 89er Day Celebration Post-Event Report.
I did it.
You did it?
You did it.
Well, I wanted to make sure, A, it got in on time,
You can have that one, I've got this
and
one.
B, there was just some issues of everyone pulling everything together, so Deb and I sat down and wrote it and proofed it, and then the copy you got tonight, I got more numbers over the weekend. So I went through and revised some stuff on the numbers. So if you guys got any questions without me going through it word by word, there are some opportunities there.
How much of a hit was that you take on the weather this year from, the
Well-
difference between last year and this year because of the weather?
The biggest hit that we knew, was noticeable was the carnival. The carnival took a 33% hit in attendance this year. And they were hardly open at all on Friday. So that was the biggest hit, number-wise. Because everything else canceled, the car show, the big wheel thing, it was hard to judge. I came in town about 5 o'clock Friday night, there was nobody on the food court. And a lot of the food court places were starting to shut down by the time I left at 5:30, so I don't know how many of them hung out that night.
And the move downtown is a permanent move, right? It's
I
not-
don't know, because they had to send 2 of the bigger rides back because we had OG&E issues going up into the
Overhead light.
overhead lights and lighting. So 2 rides that they were counting on having had to go back to Joplin before the event even got off the ground. So at the meeting, at our recap meeting back May, whatever, Jerry Ball indicated that they were working with Santa Fe to get back down there and work through the right-of-way issues. But, and there was also some feedback that some of the merchants weren't real thrilled that Harrison was blocked off for the week. So, as it stands today, if we had to do it over again, yeah, we'd be going back there, but I can't tell you. That'll be someone else's battle next year.
Yeah, it sounds like they don't know who's gonna battle it's gonna be,
Yeah, there's
because
been-
everybody's leaving.
Well, the treasurer had told him this was his last year. Deb and Dave do not want to do it again next year. And that was why also, just because it came clear out of the blue, I think, to some of us, that's why I included the copyright thing, because American Legion stood up at the recap meeting and said, well, we own the copyright, the name and the event. So, but it expires in November of this year.
The copyright does?
Yes.
Interesting.
But I've not been invited to this is an American Legion thing, they've got to make the call. I just did the report so you all could see, with how we spent $3,000 for the advertising. And then, KFOR was super. We got a lot of nice press off that. And then I just got a late bill, I think, from City of Guthrie for water for the downtown food guys, and I did not include that, and I'm sorry. But I think that was $4,000 for water. There's 8 hookups and it's $500 a hookup. So I think that was 4,000. But I tried to be as, even though you guys only gave us money for the advertising, I made sure we gave you as much information on the event as we could gather. Chuck Wagon Feed offers a lot of opportunities, huge opportunities. Questions, concerns, things I need to take back?
I mean, this is good, this is better than what we've ever gotten before.
And then I'm gonna pass around, if I may, I had documentation of all their advertising and their logo and their different things like that Deb brought me, so in case you wanted to look and see where they mentioned us. Yeah,
I looked at it.
okay.
Yep.
Anybody want to peek?
I looked at it.
Okay. You guys are prepared, that's great.
I kind of wondered if having the rides on one side of the division and the food on the other made a difference.
Well, there was some
There was
concern,
a-
there was
yeah,
some concern, there was
that's
some
what I heard
concern
about.
brought up about that. But again, with the construction down here and the right-of-way issues that no one really,
Is that right-of-way issue a new thing, or is that just something that's?
it started last year.
Why now?
Well, apparently is what Jerry Ball said, unless someone else knows. They always used to just send a letter to Santa Fe Railroad. We're gonna be down by the railroad this date, if you got any questions, let us know. Well, no one ever said anything, so they always set the carnival up down there. Last year, they got a new
Somebody
rail-
said something.
railroad agent.
Yes, I think the railroad employees changed over.
Yes,
And so-
and he bebopped in on the Wednesday morning
Yeah.
that the carnival was supposed to open, says you're in our right of way, y'all gotta move. And so that's why we moved this year. They didn't make us move last year. That would have just been, there'd been no carnival last year at that.
Interesting.
The right of way's always been there, they just never enforced it.
That's what I meant, why now?
You know, I
Somebody
thought
new in
they just never
office.
enforced it.
Yeah.
I thought having the walk from over here on Harrison and
Was a
going
big
up to First,
Mhm.
as I passed by lots of businesses that first evening with grandkids and kids, and none of them were open. And just walked past empty businesses and then got on the food court row and went. But I think it's an opportunity missed by businesses to not be open.
Oh, man, if I had one, I'd take advantage of everything we do.
But, yeah.
So anyhow,
Tonight, everything, I thought it worked out pretty well.
I thought the one of the more well-attended events actually, and I forgot to get it in here because I didn't get numbers from them, was the bed races.
That was fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a nice big walk up there, you know?
A lot of fun.
Did a good
I will
job.
tell you, having a business down there, the boutique, no impact on sales.
It didn't improve at all.
I mean, parade day, yes, there's some sales before the parade, but once the
So-
parade's over, nothing. I
That's
mean,
not why
just-
people are in town.
So it just doesn't, I mean, to sit there and say all those businesses are missed opportunities, they may miss a few sales, but overall, that's not,
Versus being open, it just doesn't.
I don't think it pays for us.
So by next year, is what I'm being told is the first half of the bridge is gonna be done, where the carnival has been the last couple of years.
So we just need to hope that the train people,
Well, Jerry Ball supposedly told the group at our recap meeting that he has been meeting with Santa Fe. So, I don't know, I can't tell you, I'm not privy to that meeting and I had enough to do, so. Any questions, anything I need to add, or anything more you guys wanna see? Okay.
Well, and I think too, just, this doesn't have anything to do with that, but, at our 2 meetings ago or something, we talked, and when we looked at the tax numbers, there never has been a bump in sales tax during any
No,
time.
and there's not, and I showed Deb one of Andrea's reports, and I said, see, there's no bump.
Yeah.
Because I knew what month the '89er tax report showed up on the,
But what it doesn't mean, what there's no way to measure, is if and when they ever come back, because they came for that one day.
Right, that's the
Correct.
thing.
We just don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the thing.
We
my.
can only hope.
My thought process was, I put it in the recap, and I've told Deb, and I told the American Legion, I think they need to go back to 3 days until the economy picks up, and just try to get people to put heads in beds, because they'll likely come, spend Thursday night, Friday night, go home after the parade. Putting that chuck wagon feed all the way out on Tuesday night,
It's been like that forever.
I know.
It has, but it's a long drawn out event that shouldn't be long drawn out anymore. I mean, we just don't, I mean, think about the things that we do at the temple. What used to be a
Oh,
week,
yeah.
well, now we do
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
You
Oh,
know, I mean, there's
I'm
just,
with you.
people don't,
But that's gonna be American Legion's call, or however they wanna do it. The committee was thinking of trying to form a 501c3, but they gotta really resolve the
Trademark thing.
trademark thing first.
Interesting. Well, thanks for the information.
and I think their vendors would be a lot happier too if it was a 3-day thing and making them come and set up on Wednesdays.
And the other thing, just real quick, and then the other thing that hurt us besides the weather on Friday this year on the carnival, last year the kids were out of school because it was a snow day not used. So the carnival opened at noon, and that place was packed from noon till about 10 o'clock at night with kids. We didn't get that, they were in school this year, so we lost that 6 hours plus the weather. So, I'm done.
Okay. All right, discussion and possible action on National Little Britches Rodeo marketing and advertising opportunities.
This one, I'm just gonna go over real quick. As a act of goodwill, the National Little Britches Rodeo Association has offered, I think it's a half-page ad. I don't know whether it's half-page or full-page. I think they also offered a half-page to the Guthrie Chamber for advertising in their booklet that goes out. So their deadline is June 1st, and I'm going to be working on a design for that. The chamber also pitched the idea of having, seeing if there's interest to sponsor a bus of some kind to go out to Lazy E, the night of Red Brick Nights, that would be July 1st, and bring folks back up. And they've put in a request for up to 3 buses. They were worried about missing the deadline, and I wish I'd been in the loop on this, but it was one of these things that they came to me last week and said, hey, is that something that tourism would be interested in funding to bring people here? And so they're working on research to get that, but I'll bring that back before you in the June meeting. So, anyway, we can table it.
Can I ask a question on that? Is the
Uh-huh.
trolley gonna be the supplying the buses?
No, it would actually be the school due to the rates. I think it
Oh.
would be, they can fit 50 people on a school bus, and the driver is under $13 an hour. It's 60 cents a mile. And so I have a base price per bus, but I wanted to get you more information before we talked about that. But if they're doing a little survey to see if there's interest in it, and that would kind of give us a sense of, can we bring up to 150 people here or not for that July 1st Red Brick Nights.
And have they requested campground space at Bluegrass yet?
Cottonwood Flats,
Or,
I
I
just
mean,
talked
Bluegrass,
with
Cottonwood.
Ginger Myers about that today. I have one vendor of theirs that's wanting to camp in their RV down in Cottonwood Flats, and they're trying to decide whether they want to, if there's interest with that too. That's one of the things they're gauging. They're wanting to do an exclusive use form to reserve the whole thing, or whether we're just gonna handle it on an individual camper basis.
Okay.
So, you know, if they only have 3 or 4, then the city can manage it, but if it's something like 25, they may wanna plan out their sites and administer that, so.
So we know the prices on the marketing and advertising opportunities for Little Britches?
No, we don't. I was thinking there was a cost involved with the ad, but it's they're giving it as a complimentary.
Well, then let's move on to
Yeah.
that.
With the
So-
Yeah,
Yeah, so. That's that.
all right, so we
Yeah,
don't
the
need to make a motion.
the bus would be marketing, yeah, I guess that would be a marketing opportunity, but I figured we'd revisit it in June if we may.
Yep. Very good. All right, discussion and possible action concerning tourism logo. I'm guessing these are the new.
Yes, there are some logos created by Tapestry Graphics, and Leroy, did you have something you wanted to mention about this? I don't, about logos.
Well, we talked about that we weren't quite happy with what we were using. And thought process is, if we're going to, I always say we're Guthrie.
Yeah.
But if you look at the city logo, we're trying to, our airport, public works, police, fire, even the chamber's looking at it too, to try to use elements of the logo that are consistent and complementary. So if you see one body's logo or the other, it's a consistent Guthrie message out there.
So the city's gonna stick with that for the foreseeable future.
Correct.
And we're
And
looking
so
at-
those are all takeoffs from that using some similar elements.
Do you like any of these? First question.
That's my favorite.
How's-
FYI,
Which
just
one?
saying, the one that says visit Guthrie, the little stars.
Yeah.
Because we have the star. And you can always add CDB, Convention and Visitors Bureau, whatever. I mean, if that's the logo, you can always, sponsored by CDB or whatever, you can always add that. But that's,
Well, and as Leroy
That's
brought
my
up the
favorite.
point that we can always put sponsored by City of Guthrie because technically we're under the umbrella of, and there's some fears that it's another separation.
right.
So I know that we can do the logo of that, but I don't know if we are okay saying City of Guthrie as, sponsored by, or,
Well, if you think about it, we have a CBB advisory board, but technically we don't have a convention visitor bureau. That was a chamber
That's true.
function.
That's true.
what do you guys think?
We don't have a
about
bureau, but we do have, I mean, the funding itself goes towards that, correct? I mean, that's how it's earmarked.
Hotel tax.
I don't really care.
No.
Any
for-
preferences on
I don't think it
logos?
matters, I think just figure
Well,
whatever.
for the
one.
chamber, I thought it was more for unity with the city and the chamber, so, we're sort of for it, and, instead of convention visitors, we'll have Guthrie Chamber. And but Guthrie.
The
logo
chamber's
would be-
decided on one though, haven't they?
We're working on one pretty similar to this, yeah.
I like First Capital only because everything I saw, all the neater artwork all says First Capital in it, in some of the older ads. And I think that's what we're known for.
I like the one that Kathy likes, but I like the word Guthrie off of the one in the top right.
We can
Because
change it
of
to have
the-
the white streak through
Yeah,
the middle.
because of the.
Well, I think that's just
Yeah,
it kinda hits
inconsistent.
you.
I mean, whatever that is, if that's
It's
consistent or
brighter.
everything, I don't think I would change the colors. I would keep the same colors.
Okay.
And then, of course,
Yeah,
there'll be a
that's a
black and white version of
Yeah.
it too, when you want to print
It has to
something
be
that's
cost
black and white.
effective.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, what do you, I mean, do you?
I think
guys-
what's important is we get some unity on our signage as you're coming to town, depending on which direction you come into town. We're either a Victorian city or we're a garden club city.
Well, do you want
I
me
mean,
to
so
look
I
at
think we need to-
entryway signage or entryway beautification as something on a future agenda?
I mean, whatever, but then we've got, if you come in from 33, either the east or the west, I believe both of those were
Garden
Garden Club
City.
City. You come in from the south, you get Garden Club once you finally get closer to downtown, but further out it says a Victorian City, I think is what the signage says.
We're also a tree city.
Technically,
We're
But
one of
you've
those-
gotta remember too, those signs that say garden, the garden clubs put those there.
Well, and maybe they have, but that,
Yeah.
I mean, so what's our identity?
And they're
I mean,
supposed to upkeep them as well.
So I just think we need some consistency on,
So is there a preference?
Is there a preference for logos?
well, if this is the direction we're going, I would stay with that color and I don't know why you need so many stars. Just do the one.
Because the one,
Is over City Up, where now we have Visit, and instead of Oklahoma, we have Oklahoma's first capital.
so we talking about city logo or CVB logo, or convention?
Tourism logo.
Tourism,
So
tourism
whatever-
logo, so it needs to be different than the city logo.
Slightly, yes.
Right,
Whatever
slightly. That's
whatever
why
we
there's
approve
extra
this logo
stars. It's
for,
the city, but it's
Little
different.
niche.
it would
It's
go
tourism,
on the
yeah.
website, it would go on all of our brochures, it would be what is sent out to people when they apply for funds to be
Right.
used. It would go on banners, it would go on our displays, so that would be the main element in our branding. It would be getting away from the red Guthrie with Offbeat Oklahoma underneath it.
The one that caught my attention is top left,
That one caught my attention too, but I wouldn't go.
but I'm not, it's not, I mean, it's not a major thing, it's just the one that caught my attention.
So we like top left and bottom left?
Well, because we are CVB, having visit Guthrie makes sense,
Well, they both say Visit.
you know. Well,
Top
the
left.
top.
But if we're not going, if we're really not at CVB, we're tourism, the tourism arm of the city of Guthrie. It doesn't really have to say that.
I know from all the road shows that I've been at, every other town is visit whatever, period. There's nothing else. It's visit Stillwater, visit Norman, visit Ponca City, visit Shawnee.
I was in Van Buren last week, I just picked up their stuff, didn't look to see if it said,
When I see Convention and Visitors Bureau, I think tourism.
yeah.
I do too.
Well, tourism's so
Right.
much easier.
But even if you use top left, you don't have to put CBB down to bottom, you
No.
can put everything else.
But I do like having First Capital in there, I think that's,
It's just whether you
On
want it
top.
on top or on bottom.
You know what, I
With
don't think it
art
really
to
matters
it.
that much, so pick one, whichever one you like, that's the one we're voting for.
Yeah,
city manager.
Okay,
whoever.
so
they're all
do
beautiful.
you approve a new logo for tourism?
Yes, we
Yes.
do.
Based on that one.
Committee by art,
Sounds
And it's
art by
200
committee is not.
It is $200, but we will get the files.
Dan made the
so.
motion, Courtney seconded it, and we all approved it.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Right.
All right. Discussion and possible action concerning tourism website.
Okay, so our current one is offbeatoklahoma.com, and I did some research, and we can purchase visitguthrieok.com. Unfortunately, Visit Guthrie, someone has already bought that. I would have loved to buy that, because then no matter what Guthrie you're searching for in whatever state, you would
Yes,
come
you
up
would.
to us.
Use it.
But www.visitguthrieok.com is up for grabs, and I could kind of rebuild that. That's what we have currently. It's on screen right now. And I really want to refresh photos, and there's a lot of information there that's outdated. I'd love to make it more interactive. I think I can still use Wix to do that. I
It
don't
needs
have
to
some
be
grand
friendly
design to
to
send
one of
you,
these.
but yes, it needs to be mobile
That's for
friendly.
sure.
So I was thinking about adding I don't know if we can add a blog section where I post once or twice a month to do stories of things here, little features. And I was hoping to do a better calendar than what we have on that, so. But that's gonna take some work. It will take time to get that up, but I think the first thing, I could spend a lot of time revamping our current site, or we could buy a new domain, have the original one still there, redirecting people to the new one, and once it's kind of up and built. What are your thoughts on that?
Guthrie OK also goes to that,
Guthrie, okay.
GuthrieOK.com, also redirects to the website.
So why do we need to visit Guthrie? If we have Guthrie okay, why don't we just stick with one?
I think it's our thing, the chamber.
I'm not
I think
sure
the chamber.
we
It's
own
the
Visit,
chambers.
or I'm not sure we own GuthrieOK.com.
We don't. They were just kind enough to redirect it to this.
Do you want me to look into, I could look into
I mean, is it being managed and maintained?
No.
Guthrie OK? No.
Then
Well, there's not,
Right.
when you
if
type
it
it in,
directs
it
to
goes
that,
to
now it's almost like it's ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes to that. If
Yeah.
you type it in, that's what comes up.
But we're not paying for it.
You
maybe we
approach
should
the
pay for
chamber
it.
and see if.
I mean, I mean, why?
Why wouldn't the
I'm
chamber,
sure.
I don't know, it'd just be a request to the chamber to turn it over
Yeah.
to us, because I don't know what's their,
HC, do you
They've
know?
already
what's
turned it
their
over, I
website?
mean,
Right, obviously.
because it goes to
Yeah.
Offbeat Oklahoma.
But that's not their chamber website.
The thing is, I can't get in and edit, I can't buy it without going through them.
Sure.
I can't get in and edit.
No, I got that,
it.
but I say that's,
Yeah, that's what you're.
instead of buying another one, if we've already got another one direct, let's
We'll
just
be a
use
lot
it.
more likely to start with
With
Guthrie
Then
than
we
But you
visit.
can edit the website, it's just the name.
Uh-huh,
that
right,
counts.
exactly.
So you can't go in and edit the website.
Well, not Guthrie okay, but you're
Yeah.
right, you're right. It would
The
roll to
website, the
off.
name you can't, but the website you can,
Right, yes.
because it's just directing you to that.
Well, I'll look into what it
And
would.
do you know HC?
I can look at what it would cost to purchase the Guthrie okay from the chamber.
If they're not using it. I mean, what's their website? Guthrie Chamber?
I don't know, but it currently directs to ours, so we know they're not using it.
Theirs is
Guthrie Chamber.
GuthrieChamber.com.
Yeah, we
Mention to them how we like to all work together.
That's right.
It's a
We'll figure out,
unique
we'll
thing.
figure out on how.
Do you all want me to negotiate that?
Yes, would you?
The master.
Hey, take it out there, rent. All right, discussion and possible action concerning advertising opportunities. Letter A, Travel OK Roadshow, McAllister Ammunition Plant.
Yes, that's coming up in June 8th, Thursday, June 8th, and Kathy said she'd be available to attend that one. And I know Keith and I are gonna get the things together. There's information about it in your packet. They have over 1,000 employees, and it's also happening during their Founder's Day celebration. So there will probably be a lot of folks around. So underneath that, I have giveaways. I'm just gonna move on to that. We have been giving away, I think it was Pollard tickets, the last one, correct? We've been giving away a $50 restaurant gift card with each one of those. They do a big announcement at the end, and it definitely does bring people here, and hopefully they have
Whether
such
they
a
just
great
put a
time,
card
they bring
bowl
people back.
and then a drawing.
They do they call it the bingo, like they go to every booth and they got
Oh,
to get
I
checked
see.
off. And then that paper goes in the hopper.
So I'm hoping you guys are okay with the $50 gift cards.
Yeah.
Travel OK Roadshow at McAllister. I tentatively RSVP'd yes, but want to do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kathy's already said she'll go.
Okay.
I'm going.
Yeah.
That's a
All
long way.
right.
It's a long way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I took a vacation day to do this.
And
A
that's June 8th.
wonderful town.
That is June
I've
8th.
never been to McAllister.
They provide a table in the past they've also
I'll be
provided
getting with you to
tablecloth
get
and a
all
chair. Yeah.
I used to do this one.
All right,
I know.
item B, certified folder display.
So there's a lot of information about this in your packet. This was something that Keith and I ran into when we went to Frontier Country's marketing presentation. There was actually a folder display in the lobby of the place we were at, put a fork in it. And they have brochures from all over, but not Guthrie. So I guess the chamber, back when it was, CVB was with them, contracted with them and used to have, they advertise in southeast Kansas, I-35 corridor, and also the Hot Springs, Diamond Lakes area of Arkansas. I had them draw up a quote for me if we did Oklahoma City and Wichita, or just Oklahoma City. And there's a little information on, a study that they did, which was of course ran by the industry. And then there's also a list of locations that they have there. We'd send them our brochure at 5,000 copies, which we would have to pay to print, and ship to them. And then they are responsible for getting it in all the locations that they say that are in the territory for which we subscribe.
So that's like when you walk into a particular hotel or whatever and all of
Hotel
those
lobbies.
things.
Well, we go one downstairs here.
Yeah,
We
that's
do.
what it is. Yeah, is that
Yeah.
from them?
It is from them, yes. And that's the one that's
We're not
by
doing
the.
this now?
We are not doing this right now. It is on by the north doorway.
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
one they maintain.
Yeah.
And I don't know they said they had a schedule. I asked them how regular they came in, and they said, well, if we keep sending them stuff, they go back out to put it in. So if we come up with other things later that need to be distributed, we can
So does
continue
this-
to do that for the same.
Is this an annual rate?
This is a 6-month rate. 6-month rate.
So does this rate like one brochure, or can we send them 10 brochures and it's the same rate?
We can, it's my understanding, I think we have, what is it here on the agreement?
What's it say?
I know we can send them more than one, and I don't know if there's a limit. But I do know we can send them more than one, because I asked, does this just get us one slot? And they said, no, go ahead, and go ahead and send us what you got. So,
How much more was it to add Tulsa? No,
I don't know.
They have 170 sites, which is a little bit more than Wichita, but a whole lot less than Guthrie, Oklahoma City, so I'm guessing it'd be a little, probably similar to Wichita.
I chose things along I-35,
Yeah.
but that was just because I know people in Oklahoma City, it's good to, if you're going in there, even if someone living locally, I will grab something
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
from there. But I can have a quote Tulsa
Oh, I
area too. I know they said there is a 6-month rate for $333 a month on their rate sheet that they sent me. So they are cheaper if we sign up for them for a year at a time, so we could wait till next fiscal year and sign up for 12 months, or at least look at that as part of the budget.
Well, I think we need to look at this for the budget for next year for sure.
We have a new logo and hopefully a new brochure by then too, if we wanted to just, start fresh.
That's what I'd recommend.
Okay. Anybody else have any thoughts on it or questions?
My personal thought is, I don't have one of these at my motel, because I don't want to promote another city at my motel. I don't promote whatever's in Guthrie. That's my chain of thought. And that's why I've always questioned what we have downstairs. Why are we promoting other cities downstairs in our lobby,
well, it's reciprocity,
but they're not, because
Well,
all these
Well,
locations.
that's because we aren't
You know,
doing, we
Right,
aren't doing this.
because those people that are in that have paid to be
They're
there. I mean, that's why they're there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not up to us.
Yeah, it is up to us to have that downstairs. That's up to us.
I know
It's
that,
up to me to have that.
So do we pay for that to be down there? Does the city pay to have that in there?
No, it's
No.
free. They'll drop it off free.
No, they-
But I think it's wise for us to advertise in the Oklahoma City market. If people are here visiting Oklahoma City for a
Right.
week and they're looking for things to do, they might see
Yeah.
a Pollard something or something about, they may
I
come
couldn't
up
see
here.
anything in there from Guthrie when we were there. I didn't see anything.
And the one that we
I
looked
mean,
at,
there's
that-
the.
No
you-
the one that
if
we
can
saw,
send
there
more than
was
one
nothing.
thing, we send our stuff. Like the Pollard puts their brochure in there.
Yeah.
Let me ask a question now, with things going more and more to social media and electronically, do people plan their trips more that way now than finding a brochure in one of those things at a motel or somewhere?
Depends on how.
I tell you what, I was just in
I still
Dallas
pick 'em
2
up.
weekends
I
ago,
do too.
and I still picked up shit out of the hotel lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do when I
Yeah.
get bored,
I
but
think-
I don't
see-
necessarily go to those places.
See, I think you plan your trip via the internet, but when you get there, I still look at those to see if there's something that I missed so I think they're still looked at. I don't know how many of them are taken and actually used, but
Just, you're spending $6,000, I just want to make sure you get
Right.
$6,000 value. I don't know. It's not my.
Have we done this before?
We've done it before.
yeah,
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's really no way to measure impact.
Well, I was thinking about, saying, hopefully, well, not of this specifically, but if we redesign our brochure, I'm hoping to put something on there that, sign up for our mailing list or some sort of call to invite them to engage with us so that we can at least get a count of our people reading the brochure.
If we
and
had an
interacting
app,
with
we
us.
could say download our app.
Yes,
and find out what's going on
Yes,
today.
my price tag's at $70,000
It's not gonna
starting,
cost
so.
$70,000.
Well, that's wonderful. We need to talk about what we can create, then we'll do that.
So let's
because
table this until
that's
the
scary.
the budget.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good. Table this one.
The budget will go.
All right, social media.
Well, with our new logo, I wanted to see if I think we could go ahead and move forward and launch a tourism social media page. And I want to work with Heath on that because I know there's difference between business pages, we can get analytics and other things, for Instagram at least. Did you have anything to report for social media?
Just since, we decided 2 meetings ago or a meeting ago to start using the Instagram page again. And since we have posted, I think about 8 different things, and they've all had consistent reach. Like the chocolate bars, because I post an image before I go to every road show of what's in my box that I'm taking with me. It had about 12,000 impressions and 940 people reached, and that's about the consistent numbers that we've had for each Instagram post since we've been using it again. So it's still being seen, and people are still, and that one actually, on Instagram and Facebook, we had about 12 comments asking where people can buy those chocolate bars. So we did have some interaction as far as comments and stuff. So it has been well seen since we started using the Instagram page again, so.
I also wanted to ask if you all wanted to do a giveaway for Red Brick Nights, one of those during the
No.
summer? No? Okay.
We do not need any more giveaways for Red Brick Nights. We have enough.
Well, I didn't know social media, one of our social media promotions that we do, but you're saying.
She's saying, I think, through us.
Well,
Yeah,
if
through
you want to give
city-
something
through
away on your
city.
social, on the site, that's fine, but we have so many giveaways.
He doesn't want to have to give away anything else.
I
from
mean,
the
we're
state.
giving away multiple items.
Yeah, I know, I was going to say, hey, we
Giving away
create
what?
a package like we did, but I don't know what we could package, because there's,
Yeah.
the event's free,
Yeah.
I don't know that
Yeah.
food trucks give gift cards.
I was
Well, they're already
They
giving away
are.
stuff that we're having to give
Yeah.
away during that evening.
Okay.
And we're packaging
So-
things together to
Okay.
get rid of it.
And so what I'm doing is I'm just getting the graphic and I'm just
I
posting
want a
it.
t-shirt.
So I think if
For
we just
you.
do that,
Or any events for the summer,
yeah,
any other summer events.
so.
So the city of Guthrie managed to get so many followers during Gentlemen of the Road Tour on the city's website. So are we giving up that social media page to join our own identity? Is that what we're doing for like Facebook?
For Instagram or
No,
Fa-
for Facebook?
Well, if we started a CVB Facebook, yeah, you would pretty much be starting over.
I would probably say, hey, if you want tourism information, or if you've been following us for tourism, check out our new Facebook page, specifically devoted to
Yeah.
information, not
Yeah,
related to city
we'd have to
government.
advertise on the city page that there's a new CVB page.
Mhm. But it
So-
would keep, I know Justin pitched that earlier because it was, hey, there's agendas, there's a water line break, or these offices
What is our
are honored.
Facebook page for? What is the
It's
city?
just City of
Tourism
Guthrie,
Bedford.
yeah. Right now it's used for both city government purposes and tourism. And we don't have a regular tourism.
Okay, so I know in Facebook, you're allowed, I think, up to 3 times you can change your name. Is that correct? Do you know? I think it's 3 times you can change your name. I think it should be a conversation with the city that if we could change the name to Visit Guthrie, or whatever you want it to be, and then the city start their own new page. Because I guarantee you, all those followers aren't following because of City of Guthrie
Right.
minutes and stuff. They're following because of Gentlemen of the Road Tour, and I'd hate
Well, and-
because we're never gonna get those people, I say
Yeah.
never, we're not gonna get those people right
Yeah, I
now
see the
back
point.
to get those followers. So if we could get them engaged in our activities and keep those followers, I think the city would be better served by changing the current name and then creating a new city page.
Well, and we've also seen how many new likes from each giveaway that we get.
So we would be,
So-
I mean, I just hate to see us
Because I
start
think
from zero.
I think every giveaway that we've done, we've had anywhere from 100 to 200 new likes in the 3 days that we've done the giveaways. So we've increased the city's page just in the last, we've done 4 giveaways. So just in the last 6 months, we've increased it 800.
So I think that'd be a conversation to be had internally.
Okay.
Anything else on social medias?
I don't know if it's necessarily social media, but I think Hetty was showing me a few days following the last Red Brick Nights, something that he pulled up on his phone that showed the number of people that were there, when they arrived,
Yeah.
when they left.
That was
all
from
of that was from
From Smedley.
That was
I'll
from
get that
Jason.
in print for this, because I think that's a great piece.
That's Jason.
And
Yeah,
I'd like
Jason.
I'd like to see
I think
that,
Jason
see
sent
that
that out.
included in our packet each month or whatever.
From what?
From
Recognize?
the Wi-Fi that
Okay.
Jason Smedley sets up.
Okay.
And I think it's gonna be really impressive if we can get Victorian Walk, numbers and different things like that, because boy, that tells you a lot of information about.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome if the city could have that information for like every
Oh, yeah.
every event.
And they could get that if they provide free Wi-Fi, which we talked about. I know that Smedley has worked with Bruce on trying to get a citywide Wi-Fi, which you gotta have some type of way to capture that
But now,
information.
what I understand is you don't have to be on the Wi-Fi, you don't even have to use the Wi-Fi if your phone has
It
Wi-Fi.
detects
It'll
phone, yeah.
automatically, yeah.
If your phone is set to look for Wi-Fi connection,
That's it.
it just pings it and it counts it.
But I don't know if you see those things, Smedley sets up those things
No,
out there.
I'm not very observant. No, I didn't see.
And so there's like 3 different towers that he sets up that he runs from my office
The
to
numbers
be able to
are
get that.
really impressive.
Yeah.
The charting and graphics.
All right.
I think the library's working on some hotspots.
I thought Applink were gonna, when Applink gonna coming in here and doing something that they want.
I don't know. I know there's been several discussions
Several
over it,
discussions.
but. All right, discussion of future items. Oh, no, sorry, I missed, oh, no, we already did it. Item 11, sorry, we terminated that. Discussion of future items. Does anybody have any future items?
Well, I think the only thing for June that I've got is the, what is that, the, Little Bridges Rodeo, possible bringing people in July, so.
And do we anticipate having Guthrie escaped by the June meeting or not?
I'm not sure,
Or are they gonna wait till the
Check
last
with the-
minute?
yeah. I can check with them on the status.
Okay. Staff comments.
Me go first on staffing.
Sure.
As most of you probably aware, with the budget the city had this year, if we didn't make any mid-year budget adjustments, we were going to spend roughly $650,000 more than we were going to take in. In our general fund, when we transferred money to make the fire department, which is set up as its own fund, in that $10 million fund, we would have $82,000 left at the end of the year. So we are consolidating and eliminating several positions. With that in mind, we decided to go ahead and move Andrea to tourism director, because that takes her out of the general fund. And then we are combining the admin assistants. We had 2 of them in this building. We'll only have 1 this year in the future, so that eliminates the salary force. We have eliminated probably 12 positions. And we also have $1,000 a month or $12,000 for part-time and CBP, so we plan to continue to use Heath, maybe not quite as much as we were, but use him on a part-time basis. But the plan is Andrew will be moving to the second floor, we're working with the chamber to move to the second floor as well. We'll put all our staff up here on the third floor so we can use one admin assistant. We're gonna look at renovating where economic development was and put in a double door there that rather than the secure setting where people more invited can walk in.
So who's gonna be the administrative assistant up here?
We are eliminating the admin assistant out of Public Works and they will be moving up here.
Oh, okay.
Well, congratulations, Andrew.
Way to go, Andrew.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's good or bad for you, but
Yay.
yay.
Thank you, Rachel.
She'll lose some hats.
Soon, yeah. Bear with me during the transition period, it's gonna be a little crazy. Okay, Frontier Country Advertising. Keith and I went to their pitch for 2018, their marketing packaging pitch. I've gone through it, and we've identified a few things of interest, but we're not ready to just say, here's what we're doing. But we had drawings, and we want a free media blitz next year, and what was the other thing we want? Blog post,
Yeah.
a free blog post. So we've got those, we'll have those next year. Media blitz, Heath Shelton went on that.
I did, and this is a packet that I took. Each newspaper does a vacation tab throughout the summer, and then they'll use the information that we gave them in that vacation tab. So we stopped at the Sapulpa Daily Herald, the Tulsa World, Bonita Daily Journal, and the Miami News Record. And then we went to iHeartRadio in Springfield, which is 5 different radio stations in the Springfield area. And same thing, we gave them all our information, but they recorded each of us. It was us, Norman, Stillwater, and the Sam Noble Museum. They recorded our spiel on the radio, and they actually do a week vacation promotion each month throughout the summer. And so they'll play that recording each time they do that. And then we just mailed our packets to the Joplin Globe. And then we were going to go to the radio in Miami on the way home, but the guy that we were meeting with had family issues, and that one was canceled. So we went to 6 different places. This is the Bright Blue Circle, is the radio station, the main one that we'll be on when they recorded us. And then I just wrote down at the bottom some numbers that radio station reaches. Like they have an actual broadcast of 67,000, 2,000 people listen to it on their mobile, and 27,000 listen to the radio station online. So I think it was a good event. If all the places do, put us in the things they told us they'd put us in, I think it was well worth the, what was it, $170, $300?
$125, I thought.
$125 to go and do it. So, and then we won one that we can do next year also. So, questions, answers?
Overall, you felt good about it though?
I did feel good about it. It was good. And I shared with Andy, and it was also, kind of when you go to a conference, sometimes you get more just sitting around talking to the other people than you do from the conference. And I felt that way too, because I got to pick the Norman and Stillwater's CVB person's ears and ask them some questions. And so we have some information that Andrew and I are going to look at and see if we can implement from talking to them and seeing how they do things.
You went with Norman in their van, is that correct?
Yeah, Norman drove and we took their van. So, and then also Sherry Rogers, which is the director of Frontier Country, which puts it together because it's through them. She went also. So there was 5 of us.
Moving on, I know we got Travel OK Roadshow, Phillips 66. Heath, you went to that too.
I did go to that, and that again, I think I sent Aaron, I don't know if he's got them. I sent Aaron some pictures. I don't feel like it was as well attended as the Quick Trip one. I don't know if it's just because we were in their big gym and things were spread out, so it didn't look as busy, but we still handed out a lot of good stuff. We had the total different answers from them because they are an hour away versus Tulsa being farther. A lot of the people here had actually been to Guthrie as versus Quick Trip. They just drove through, and most of the people said they'd eaten at Stables. They'd come for the Pollard, and so we had a lot more people say that they had been to Guthrie that I talked to here, but I'm assuming that's just because we're an hour away instead of
Where is this?
Ponca City, Phillips 66. Yeah, they're at the refinery. So,
On June 8th, you might text me every once in a while, go, don't forget to take some pictures, don't forget to take some videos.
Okay.
Because I might not that way, not used to doing that.
and I do the video just to show who all is there, just so you can see who all is handing out information. So,
Next, if I can move over on, the Oklahoma Travel Industry Association's Tourism Conference and Red Bud Awards is tomorrow, so I will be there all day tomorrow. And I plan to report on that next meeting.
what I have, we had our first meeting, Guthrie Summer Streets, which is not really a tourism. It doesn't really bring in outsiders. It's more for our town, but we had our first meeting last week, and so it is coming up August 9th, I think. No, this is last year.
Oh, last year, okay.
Yeah, so just so everybody knows, that's on the planning and getting going, and so that'll be coming up, so,
That's still Courtney?
yeah, with Health Department. Yeah, it's under the Health Department.
Any other staff comments? All right, board comments.
I think this picture is awesome. I love that.
That is awesome.
Your shot?
No, I purchased it a long time ago for a ad thing that we did, so, I mean, we own it, but I didn't take it, so, but
Anyway,
it's usable.
Any other board comments?
I guess one, item, we had the Oklahoma, Kansas, Water Bash Rodeo a week ago. Have we gone back and like contacted the hotels, see what kind of occupants they had?
I haven't been able to follow up, no.
Like, she actually called me and asked me, you know, well, how many rooms I had for the Water Bash. And I asked her, and she said, you know, Guthrie was a little less than Edmond.
Any other board comments? I've just got one. I would like to see, I think that, and even for, I mean, our Red Brick Nights, any of them that we're giving money to, when I sit here and I look at in-kind services, and I read through the 89ers, I mean, it looks like they're saying we gave $19,000 worth of in-kind services, and then plus we gave them $3,000 cash. So that's like $22,000 that the city gave for 89ers. I mean, did we receive, I mean, granted, obviously we're not gonna make sales tax dollars on everything that we do, but I'm just curious how that relates to what did we bring in for spending that, or giving that $22,000. Same thing for International Bluegrass. I have no idea what, we have to mow the flats regardless, so I don't really think of mowing as an in-kind service, but fencing. And then they only pay up to $2,000 in utilities. It looks like they paid $2,040, or that's what they put in their budget. He mentioned $2,000. But for water and electric, I have no idea. I wonder what the water and electric is for Bluegrass
Sure, it's much
Festival.
more than that.
I mean, I would think it would be more than $2,000, but I don't know.
If what, 8 taps is $4,000,
Yeah.
what's that gonna be out there?
So, and just seeing that they, and again, I mean, they obviously gotta pay for talent, but their camping fees alone, they're making $20,400, and we're only charging them $2,000, it just seems a little disproportionate, in my opinion. But I don't know what else we give them in-kind services, plus the $2,500 that we're giving them. So I just think for all of them, if we're doing other in-kind services, it'd be kinda nice to know, really, what is the total economic impact?
James, if I can, on the in-kind, it was just an estimate Leroy gave me as to what, like, city streets does, putting up everything. That's where we came up with that number.
Well, and you didn't have PD, police
And
department.
police department.
Police department was $21,389, and $9,000, that was overtime. The balance was regular time. Public Works, $14,900. 2865, that was overtime. So we had almost $12,000 of overtime. Then we had some perishables that we used up. But like on Public Works, even our regular time, that's taken away from other projects that we could be doing. So really, that's about $36,000.
Is it even cost effective?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I think that's what James is saying. I mean,
yeah, and I'll be honest, I told the committee that I said, do not be surprised, knowing that there were budget issues coming, that if it's all they do next year is put the roadblocks at the end of the street for you, or make us go get the roadblocks, and that we have to put them up ourselves. Because otherwise, his guys are out there at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a handle. I've asked both departments to go back for the last 12 months and give the especially the overtime for each one.
Yeah.
And on PD, we're going to rethink, are there, on certain streets, it might be where we can use volunteers rather than a police officer. You know, I understand division. If you're shutting division down, you're going to need a police officer. But what opportunities do we have to use Job Corps volunteers in lieu of using police officers as much as we do to save some of that overtime? But that was $9,000 just for that week.
And that's not including like workman's comp or anything like that, is it?
Workers' comp?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, so that's additional cost.
So that's why we put it in the report, because we knew.
But I think the Cheryl's, I mean, I think that's what James is saying is.
So you're wanting me to get estimates from city staff ahead of time of what we think we might.
Well, I just think
Really
going
cannot do it.
forward, I mean, this
Or
is, I
then
mean, they
give
gave
them
us
some
this
money.
estimated, I think this is what we need to know in the
I mean,
rears
you
of
know,
how much
the
in-kind
city shouldn't
services
have
did
to
they get, so
stand
we
down
really
for
know
all
what
that
we
stuff.
gave to the event. So we know going forward, if it's a repeat event, I mean, I'm not saying that we don't want to give, but I think it's
Right.
also good to know what all did they receive, you know?
No, I do too. I know
Yeah.
we're planning to work with staff to get that forward. I just don't know if it may or may not be available from the applicants. And it may not, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it
but
may,
if you've
next year we may have some of it, we may not. But as, I think we should, I agree, we should track it.
But if
What I'm
you've
worried
done the
about
event
is
for
how
20
it's
years,
getting
they've
figured
got
out.
history
They
to
got
do.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They should have, they should have.
Anyway, I just think that would be good to know, is just kind of see what we're giving every organization in-kind services for every event. That's all I have. Any other board comments?
I move we adjourn.
All right. Anybody second that? We're adjourned.